And hello there, everybody. Welcome to Montreal as we get ready for the EDRA 7-Eleven Cup Series. Getting ready now for our second race of the season. We're here at our first road course stop, Montreal, here in Canada. As Danny Wells is on the pole for this race alongside of Max Powers. Actually, what we'll do is we'll get these cars rolling off and we'll give you a look at your starting grid for today's race. You see the, I believe that's a Pontiac Grand Prix. No, that's a Chevy. That is a Chevy. Okay, so Chevy pace car gonna pull off, and we'll show you starting grid here at Montreal. So on the pole is going to be Danny Wells with Max Power, as I mentioned. David Grubb and Josh Gordon, they will make up row number 2. Michael Block, who took that wild ride at Daytona, rolls off from the 7th position. Tony Davis, our current points leader after winning last week at Daytona, he'll start off in the 12th position here today. And then you've got, of course, Charles Jackson and Jake Rogers. They will make up the final row here today. Going to be interesting to see if they can work their way up to the front, maybe pick out a win here. It's going to be a tough task to do, especially at a road course as complex as Montreal. Alright, so that's a look at your starting grid. Let's get ready to get these cars underway. Pace car will head straight down pit road. These drivers will make a right-hand turn to head towards the front straightaway and the start-finish line. Danny Wells, Max Power, starting on the front row. At a road course, starting up front usually is always best. And we'll see which one of these two may be able to capitalize on starting on the front row. As here they come, right down to the stripe. Green flag comes out. We're underway here in race number 2. Inside advantage should go to Danny Wells, but Max Power seems to be able to battle back on the high side right there. Wow, they're going to go dead heat right here. Danny Wells and Max Power still side by side. Josh Gordon's been able to move into 3rd place now. Can't really see these cars. Where are they? I don't care if the camera is... Oh! Power just turned Danny Wells! Oh my word! Big pile up! Big, huge pile up! Everybody's involved! Every driver is involved! I don't think anybody made it through there. There is Danny Wells. He just got flat out turned by Max Power right there. And that just blocked up the track. Everybody in this field got a chunk of that somehow. Oh, there's Alexander Jones. Hard hit for him. Mike Smith, he was involved. Richard Johnson, his day may be done. There's the pace car, lights are on. Michael Block, he's on pit road, and the car that did the turning, Max Power, he's up in front now. Not exactly a sportsmanlike way to get the lead. It worked, but still, you know, you got to question that. Looks like David Grubb has moved up to 2nd now. 3rd is Otis Wheat, but he's got damage, you can see. Josh Gordon 4th. 5th now is Charles Jackson, who started all the way at the back of the pack there in 17th place. Aaron Williams is now in 5th. 6th is Default Mongo. 7th, Jake Rogers. 8th, Tony Davis. Anna Gregg is in 9th, and 10th place now is Josh Tolles. Or Jen Tolles. As they come down to the stripe, they have taken the caution flag. Is the pace car still on the racetrack? Oh, no. Yeah, he did come out on the racetrack. Max Power is the leader. First caution of the day, a huge one. I think Max Power is going to have a lot of explaining to do. So we take a look at a replay. Okay, here was the battle for the lead between Danny Wells and Max Power. Let's see if Max Power purposely turns the 17 car. Let's watch right here. Oh, yeah, look at that. He just drives straight down into the corner as if the 17 wasn't even there. What was Max Power's problem? And then, oh, man, Josh Gordon, nowhere to go. And everybody just starts piling in. Otis Wheat piles in. James Silverfox piles in. And everybody else just trying to make their way through, and they can't. Alexander Jones, nowhere to go. Tony Davis back there, he got the wall. There's Richard Johnson involved, and, oh, just keep piling in. There's no way that these guys can slow down. Mike Smith in it. Watch it. Jake Rogers gets a piece of it. Charles Jackson gets a piece of it. Basically, everybody got into it. Default Mongo was in it there. Michael Block was in it. And I could just go through saying everybody was in it, but that'd be a waste of time. I mean, every driver on the racetrack got a piece of that in one way or another. And I think there's going to be a lot of explaining to do that Max Power is going to have to do right there. He just flat out turned Danny Wells, and it didn't look like it was an accident either. He drove it way down there into the corner just as if he wasn't racing anybody, as if he was out on a holiday just driving by himself. And so Max Power has the lead, but quite honestly, I question those kind of tactics. So we are out of the caution for the first time today. Lots of drivers' days will be done thanks to a rather bold move there by Max Power. Alright, so we're getting ready for the restart. It'll happen on lap 4 of 8. Power is still the leader. David Grubb second. Third place is Josh Gordon, Charles Jackson fifth. Aaron Williams in fifth. Sixth is Default Mongo, Jake Rogers seventh. Eighth is Tony Davis, the points leader. Jen Tolles is in eighth, I guess. Ninth is Michael Block, and 10th is somebody. I don't know. They got the scoring monitor all messed up here. Let's wait till they cross the stripe there, and then we'll tell you. Okay, Power's the leader. David Grubb second. Third is Josh Gordon. Fourth is Charles Jackson. Fifth, Aaron Williams. Default Mongo is in sixth. Seventh, Jake Rogers. Eighth place is Tony Davis. Ninth place is Jen Tolles, and one lap down in 10th place, that is Michael Block. So, 10 cars still on the racetrack, 8 retired. They are the cars of... you're going to have to bear with me here. I got to remember some of these names here. Alright, looks like the cars that retired out of this race are as follows. Danny Wells, Mike Smith, Richard Johnson, Alexander Jones, James Silverfox, Zach Corbett. Anna Gregg has retired as well, and there you see the 31 is one lap down. Wait a minute, we're actually going to report that Otis Wheat is still on the racetrack. Where is he? Is Otis Wheat still out there? They're saying he is. No, Otis Wheat is retired, and for some reason they're saying he's run. Oh, Default Mongo's now on the race on pit road. What is he on pit road for? Well, this is unusual. Default Mongo was running up inside the top 10. He was actually 6th, I believe. And now he's on pit road. I don't understand that. Max Power, though, continues to lead. Right now, I'm having a hard time feeling excited for Max Power leading this race, due to the fact of the way that he ended up causing that wreck, and it got him to the lead. Cost several drivers an opportunity at a good finish today, including the pole sitter Danny Wells and several others. Still trying to figure out why Default Mongo's on pit road. Why don't we try and look at a replay of that? Not much action going on the racetrack. Let's look at a replay, see what happened to Default Mongo. Take a look here. This was racing for that 6th position that I said he was running in. He was racing with, I believe that is Charles Jackson. He was looking for a spot inside the top 5. Let's take a look, see what happened here. Is he going to make any contact with Charles Jackson? Jackson goes a little wide in that corner. Oh! He got wicked loose off that corner and then came up into Charles Jackson to Default Mongo. Now, there's nothing Jackson could do. Oh, Jackson got some damage from that. It's pretty heavy-duty damage, too, on the 15. Surprised that didn't bring a caution out. But it didn't. We're still green flag racing. After Charles Jackson and Default Mongo get together there, battling for the 5th position. Basically, that wasn't any driver's fault. Just one driver got loose in the corner. He might have wheel hopped it, did Default Mongo, and came up into Charles Jackson. But both those drivers now going to lose out on a possible top 5 finish, as both of them get together there through that S-curve. Let's go back to the green flag. Okay, so the drivers now back at live action are on lap 6 of 8. When they come around next time by, it'll be 2 to go. Max Power is still the leader. Second place now is a good battle between Aaron Williams, and right behind him you got David Grubb. I think Williams may have just passed David Grubb for that 2nd position, so a good run for Williams right now. 4th place now is Josh Gordon. He's kind of been inside the top 5 all day long. I hate these camera angles here at Montreal. They really got to come out with a better Montreal with better camera angles. Jake Rogers started dead last in this race. Started 18th. He's now up to the 5th position in that 10 car. Great run for him. Tony Davis, the points leader, our winner last week at Daytona. Great run for him in 6th place. Right now, if he could keep running right there, I think he still would be the points leader after round 2. There you see Michael Block. He is in 9th place. He is a lap down, but he's still inside the top 10 right now. Then you jump back here. 7th place right now is Jen Tolles, actually starting to get run down here by Charles Jackson. Jackson trying to work his way back up here to the front after he got involved there with Default Mongo. And Jackson, I think, will clear Jen Tolles. That is for position number 7. So Jen Tolles will now slide back to 8th. And then you go back up to the leader. So we got 9 cars on the racetrack now with 2 laps to go. Only 8 of them are on the lead lap. Michael Block is the only car a lap down in the 9th position right now. And whoa, Aaron Williams, I think, got a piece of the wall there coming off that corner. It's allowed David Grubb to be able to close in on him. This is the best battle on the racetrack right now. Max Power's just kind of checked out. Aaron Williams and David Grubb trying to run him down, but meanwhile trying to battle each other for the 2nd position as well. They got to do one or the other. If they start battling each other for 2nd, that's going to allow Max Power to get away. But if they don't start battling each other, it's going to give them the opportunity to try and run down Max Power for the lead and possible win. Choice is theirs, but I think that right now they have a better chance of battling for 2nd place than they do of catching Max Power. I mean, let's face it, there's only about 1.5 laps left to go. Max Power out in front by just about 8 or 9 car lengths. It's remained pretty steadily that between him and whoever has been in 2nd place. One time it's been Aaron Williams, at another time it's been David Grubb. And it looks like Josh Gordon may be trying to close in, make it a 3-man fight for that 2nd position here. Don't know if he's really got enough time, though. He's got about good 20 to 25 car lengths to make up on Aaron Williams and David Grubb. As here comes Max Power out of the final corner. He'll come down and receive the white flag. Whether he got it fairly or whether he ends up getting it due to a rather unnecessary aggressive move, fact remains Max Power is the leader here on the white flag lap. Max Power with an opportunity here to pick up some valuable points in the standings and pick up a win here at Montreal. Aaron Williams now, I think he's basically in control of 2nd place. David Grubb tried to mount a charge there through that final corner, could not do it. Oh, Williams gets the wall again, and here comes David Grubb. Grubb's going to bypass Williams. Williams just screwed up that turn. Oh, but watch it, contact. Williams got the wall again, I think. Well, we got ourselves a nice battle here for 2nd on the final lap. If we can't watch the battle for the win, we can at least watch this battle for 2nd. Williams and David Grubb putting on a good show right here. They're still side by side. But we get to watch the back of the grandstands. Isn't that nice? Instead of watching the battle for 2nd place, it looks like Aaron Williams now is going to have to give up 2nd to David Grubb. Grubb now will get the runner-up spot. Williams back to 3rd. And look who just started to join the party. Josh Gordon now has been able to run down these two after they were racing hard like that. But Williams isn't done. Williams is right on the back bumper. Well, he was on the back bumper of David Grubb. He's still there. But meanwhile, up here, coming down the final stretch here before he makes the right-hand turn, then gets onto the front straightaway, Max Power. Looks like, I believe he led every single lap today. Dominating performance for him. He's going to come down here, down the front straightaway. Max Power, checker flag in the air. Max Power is going to win round number 2 here at Montreal. 2nd place is going to go to David Grubb. Aaron Williams will get 3rd. 4th place will be Josh Gordon. And here comes Jake Rogers. He'll finish the day off with a top 5. Great run for him. So Max Power is going to win today's race. Let's see where Tony Davis, the current points leader, finished the day. He'll finish in 6th, and the word is he's going to have a 2-point advantage over Max Power heading into next week's race. Tony Davis with 31 points according to our live point standings. 29 points for Max Power. Then it's going to be a 2-way tie for 3rd in the points. Jake Rogers and Aaron Williams with 28 points apiece. So points are awfully close still as we'll head into next week. Hope to see you there. Round number 3 of the EDRA 7-Eleven Cup Series coming up soon. Here comes the official results, and you've been watching the EDRA 7-Eleven Cup Series here on the Booyaka the Dragons YouTube channel.